Turning today's educators into the leaders of tomorrow is just one of the many objectives NASA has. And to tell us more about that, we are joined by NASA's Deputy Executive Director, Peay. Thanks for being here today.
And thank you for allowing me to be here, Kendall. Such a pleasure.
And we're talking in particular about the Leadership Institute. Tell us what that's about.
Oh, yes, Kendall. The Leadership Institute, known as the Center for Educational Excellence, is a virtual leadership institute. Individuals meet for 5 months over a course of 90 contact hours, and that institute is for those who are already sitting administrators, whether it's school site administrators, central office, and for aspiring leaders, teachers who see themselves in administrative roles. The individuals get an opportunity to have exposure to superintendents, former superintendents, principals, individuals outside of the state of Nevada to bring in their expertise. And the whole purpose of that institute is to get everyone focused on how they can be an aspiring leader, both as an administrator or a classroom teacher, and how they can promote educational equity for our students and their families. It is really a wonderful experience.
5-month program.
5 months.
How many hours committed each week during that time period?
It's about 6 to 12 hours each week, and the total institute is 90 contact hours. So you can see the dedication to commit 4 to 5 months to earn those 90 contact hours, and knowing that you're meeting at least 3 days a week. That really is a huge statement to show that this is something that NASA is offering that educators want. And this is educators throughout the state of Nevada, Kendall.
What kind of feedback do you get from those who have attended this?
The last 2 years, we've had over 321 individuals to participate. So we get comments like this: "This is the best I've ever had. I never saw myself as an administrator. After attending this institute, I am pursuing that role. This really helped me to elevate my thought process, how to work with students, how to work with parents, even how to work with my team." Those are the kind of comments we get from administrators.
It sounds like a program that is not only beneficial in the professional realm, but transfers to their personal lives as well.
Absolutely, Kendall. And the Institute covers all of the hot topics in education, such as transformative adaptive leadership, pursuing equity, socio-emotional learning for students and adults, family and community engagement, all of those things that's relevant and much needed in the 21st century, both as an administrator and an individual responsible for instruction.
So it is for just about anybody. If someone's interested in this, what is the next step for them to sign up for it?
Look on the NASA's website. It's already advertised for next year. And they just need to sign up, register, and they'll be a participant in the Institute.
What's the deadline for registration? When does the next year start?
Next year will start October 21st, 2023, and it will conclude February 7th, 2024. And there is no deadline, really. We take registrations up to the hour before the Institute began.
But you, of course, encourage people to sign up anytime.
Absolutely. And you know, Kendall, the Institute sells itself.
Yeah.
Because so many administrators and teachers throughout the state really see the value and it's beneficial to them. Word of mouth is the best market piece for that institute.
Is it all virtual?
It's all virtual.
Okay.
At least, there are some times where we might have to meet with individuals one-on-one because they do have reflective assignments that have to be done. So if someone is struggling or need additional assistance, there may be times where I or one of the session leaders who assists me might have to meet with the participant, but it's basically virtual because we want to be able to get our colleagues in Washoe County and the other counties throughout the state.
And it helps conserve time for teachers who are, and instructors and administrators who are already very busy. Makes sense. Do they get a chance, though, to interact with the other attendees and get to make some connections along the way?
Kendall, that's what's so great about virtual. We can put them in Zoom breakout rooms, small focus groups where they talk about particular points that the presenter or the instructor wants them to focus on, and that also gives them an opportunity to do group assignments. And what's beautiful about that, teachers get to hear the administrator's perspective. You know, often when I was a teacher, before I went into administration, I would say things like, well, why is the principal asking me to do this? Now, when you hear the principal's perspective and teachers are saying, I never knew that principals had to think about it this way, it's nice that they have that network amongst the two groups so teachers can hear what principals, what their world is like on a daily basis, and principals can hear from teachers as well.
Which builds communication skills as well.
Absolutely.
That can be used anywhere.
And we call it professional learning communities right there in the virtual space.
What else do you have cooking?
Well, the other exciting thing, Kendall, is the multicultural course. In July of 2019, the Nevada legislature passed NRS 391 regulation stating that any licensed teacher, not licensed substitute, but any teacher who wants a license to be responsible for instruction of students, have to take a multicultural course if there isn't evidence on their transcript that they've had that type of course. So NASA, in partnership with the College of Southern Nevada, we offer that course where teachers can take that course, and at the end of the course they get 3 college credits from College of Southern Nevada, but that course is used for them to remove that provision on their license, but they can also get contact units in Clark County School District and in the Washoe County School District.
Why is being immersed into a multicultural class like that so important?
Kendall, I can give you a historical perspective. When I relocated to the state of Nevada in 1987, that course was required. So I had to take that course in order to get my initial license. Something happened through the years of transition where it was no longer required. But in the 21st century, looking at the diversity of our students and families and diversity among race and ethnicity, linguistics, socioeconomic, and that's throughout the entire state. It isn't only a Las Vegas demographic. It's important that as an educator, that I kind of have some background information of how to be culturally responsive, what are some culturally responsive strategies or best practices that I should be implementing in my teaching and learning environment, as well as the family and community engagement, because that course will cover that topic as well. So that's why I think it is crucial. We're recruiting teachers from all over. And if you have been an educator where you've been accustomed to just working with a monoculture, one culture, whether it's socioeconomics or language or racial ethnicity, I think it's important that a school district offers you the opportunity to gain some learning so that you will know what you're going into if that demographics is so different than what you are accustomed to. So it's crucial in the 21st century to have a course like that.
Does it also include instruction regarding the LGBTQ community?
Through the state of Nevada, I have to say that we have done a great job in putting policies and regulations in place through the Office of a Safe and Respectful Learning Environment in the Nevada Department of Education. Washoe County and Clark County have a great policy around gender diversity or how to work with students who identify as being transgender. So that course will cover that. We will review the policy to make sure that the educators are aware that the policy exists, because the policy is very specific what should happen and what shouldn't happen.
Yeah, because it can be difficult if someone does not have any experience with that to know exactly what to do and what protocol would be.
Absolutely. So in addition to that, the course will also allow educators an opportunity to really look at the Nevada Educator Performance Framework, which is the appraisal to the tool that's used to evaluate teachers and principals. So in this course, we connect the culturally responsive teaching practices to the NEPF so that teachers and administrators will see if you're following the indicators and the standards in the Nevada Educators Performance Framework, you are being a culturally responsive teacher. You are teaching to your students regardless of what their ethnicity or what their diversity identity is.
So how long is this course?
Now the multicultural course, if it's offered during the summer, is a 4-week course because we have to follow the schedule of the College of Southern Nevada. When the course is offered during the fall, it's a 5-week course and it's all virtual. And that's a little bit different than the Center for Educational Excellence Institute because they're working for a grade. So that's where they have to do a project and they really have to do do assignments in order to get that college letter grade.
So how much time needs to be invested in something like that? How many hours a week are they in a virtual setting?
It is a total of 45 contact hours.
Okay.
And so we're looking at 2 days a week virtual, and then they have 1 day during that week to work on their independent assignments because it is for a letter grade.
And once again, people can get more information on the website, on NASA's
They can
website.
get the information on the website. As a matter of fact, we're getting ready to kick off our spring cohort starting April 4th, and that will conclude May 3rd, but we will offer a summer course. So anyone who's interested, start looking at the NASA website within the next 2 weeks, and you'll see the schedule for the summer course.
Along the lines of cultural education and diversity, NASA has safeguards in place to make sure that that it's well represented.
Absolutely. About 2 years ago, NASA, in having conversation with Dr. Geis, the executive director, and listening to some of our stakeholders and partners, it was suggested through one of the survey comments that maybe NASA should think about an advisory team. So this is national. Most organizations have a diversity, equity, and inclusion advisory team, and that team consists of community members, not only educators, and we meet virtually 3 times a year. And they're advising us on topics or things that's relevant that NASA should be aware of so that we can think about what would occur in the various professional learning opportunities that NASA offers.
A great idea for so many reasons, including the fact that sometimes it takes parents or just people in the community to hear things first and then bring them to your attention.
Absolutely. And I have to say that really has been very beneficial for Dr. Geis and for myself to work and interact with that committee, because they bring things to us that maybe we hadn't thought about, because most of them are still in the trenches, in the field of education and in the community doing the work.
Greta Peay, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.